Listen carefully, God says, remove this object from your house and burn it. It is responsible for difficulties in your life. My child, I am speaking to you not out of anger, but out of deep love. You have been asking me, Lord, why do I face so many obstacles? Why do I feel trapped when I try to move forward? Why do the same storms keep returning to my home even after I pray? And now I am answering you, it is because something in your dwelling carries darkness. Something that was once touched by unclean hands, something that does not belong to my light, remains hidden where you live. You think it is just an ordinary item, a gift, a souvenir, a decoration, a piece of jewelry, a statue, or maybe a book. But I tell you, there is something about it that carries a curse. It has become a doorway. Through it, spiritual heaviness entered your space, confusion came upon your mind, and fear began to whisper through your nights. You did not know, but the enemy attached himself to what you thought was harmless. My child, you have been wondering why peace does not stay long in your home. You have noticed how arguments rise suddenly for no reason, how sleep disappears, how your prayers seem unanswered. You have been feeling that something invisible watches you when you are alone. That is not your imagination, that is the shadow of what this object carries. I am revealing it now because it is time for your freedom. It is time for light to break through the darkness that has been hiding near you for far too long. When I told my people in the days of old to destroy the idols in their land, it was not because I desired destruction, it was because I desired purity. When something has been used for evil, when it has been dedicated to spirits that oppose me, that thing becomes a vessel of bondage. My child, I have seen the tears you cry in secret, the confusion you feel when everything falls apart without reason. That is why I speak now. Remove this object from your house and burn it. You may not know which object yet, but I will show you. I will cause your spirit to feel discomfort when your eyes pass over it. I will stir your heart with an uneasiness you cannot ignore. When you touch it, you will feel a heaviness. That is how you will know. For my spirit is a light that exposes hidden things. Do not be afraid when I reveal it to you, do not reason with it, do not keep it for sentimental value, do not think you can simply move it away. I am not asking you to hide it. I am asking you to destroy it, because it is destroying your peace. There are certain objects the enemy uses as bridges, objects that carry emotional energy, symbols of false worship, things once dedicated to darkness, even items that came from hands that cursed rather than blessed. They hold energy that blocks your blessings. I see how your finances rise and fall like unstable waves. I see how opportunities slip away, how sudden sicknesses come without cause, how friends betray you at unexpected times. You keep saying, something is wrong in my life, and now I am telling you what it is. It is not coincidence, it is connection. There is a spiritual contamination that has attached itself to your space. When you bring into your home something that was connected to pain, hatred, idolatry, or deceit, you unknowingly invite those very spirits to live among you. My child, your home was meant to be a dwelling place of my peace, not a prison for your soul. But because this object remains, your prayers have been delayed, your spirit has been burdened, and your joy has been dimmed. I know you have tried to pray harder, fast longer, and speak positive words, but nothing changes, because you are trying to heal what is still infected. A wound cannot close while poison remains inside. That is why I am sending you this word today: purge your home. Remove this object and burn it. Let the fire consume what the enemy used to control you. Do not think it strange that I speak of fire, for fire purifies. Fire symbolizes my presence. Fire cleanses what water cannot. When you burn what is cursed, you are not destroying it by your own strength, you are partnering with me to break its power. The smoke that rises becomes a sign to heaven that you have chosen light over darkness. And when you do this in obedience, I will command angels to surround your home. The same atmosphere that felt heavy will shift instantly. The peace that seemed gone will return stronger. Some of you, my children, are holding on to gifts from people who secretly hated you. Some of you keep jewelry or letters from past relationships that carried sin and deception. Others keep statues or symbols you do not understand, things that were never meant to be in the home of my beloved. You may say, it's just art, but I say to you, not all art is innocent. Some things were made with spiritual intent, designed to attract attention from dark forces. Do not underestimate what has been prayed over, cursed, or offered to idols before it reached your hands. I am not trying to make you fearful, I am trying to make you free. Because when you obey this word, you will notice change, not next year, not next month, but immediately. There will be a shift. The same night you burn it, you will sleep peacefully. The next day, you will wake up lighter. You will feel as though something invisible has lifted off your chest. That is because I will have rebuked the devourer that was dwelling there. Child, I do not speak in riddles. I speak with clarity. You have cried for breakthrough, but breakthrough cannot enter where darkness has made a nest. Remove it, burn it, and watch how quickly I restore what was stolen. I have heard your question, why can't you just remove it yourself, Lord? And I say to you, because I have given you authority. You are not powerless. You are not a victim of fate. You are a vessel of my spirit, and I have called you to act. The moment you choose to remove and burn that which is cursed, you demonstrate faith, and faith unlocks divine power. Your action is the key that opens the door I am waiting to bless you through. Do not delay, my beloved. For every day you wait, the enemy remains comfortable in your space. He hides in the corners of your peace, he whispers through the objects you refuse to release. But the moment you decide, enough, the chains will break. And when you see the flames rise, know that heaven is rejoicing, for that act of obedience is a weapon stronger than any prayer you have yet prayed. Do not think this message came to you by coincidence. You did not scroll to this by accident. I brought you here because I saw the pattern of pain in your life. I saw the spirit of delay attached to your destiny. I saw how confusion surrounds you every time you take a step forward. This is my intervention. This is my warning, but it is also my rescue. You are not cursed, you are chosen. But chosen people must live in clean places. I have seen the dark shadows leave many of my children the moment they obeyed this same instruction. I have seen doors open that were long closed, health restored that was fading, relationships healed that were broken, all because they removed what carried defilement. This is not superstition. This is spiritual law. Light cannot dwell comfortably where darkness is given a seat. You may not have realized that this one thing, small, ordinary, harmless-looking, was enough to hold back your blessings. But I see the invisible chains it carries. It carries memories of pain, words of hatred, and vibrations that attract sorrow. It is like a spiritual magnet pulling negativity toward you again and again. And you wonder why things repeat. You wonder why peace never stays. I am telling you now, it is connected. My child, you are entering a new season. A season of cleansing. A season of restoration. But before I fill your life with new things, I must remove what contaminates the old. You cannot build holy foundations on cursed soil. That is why I come to you now, before the month ends. This word is not just for reflection, it is for action. Before this week ends, find that object, and burn it. Not out of fear, but out of faith. As the flames rise, say these words with your mouth: Lord, I release everything that does not belong to you. Purify my home, purify my life, purify my atmosphere. And I will respond. My spirit will sweep through your home like a mighty wind. The heaviness will lift. The peace that left you will return. The atmosphere will change, and you will know that I, the Lord your God, have visited you. I have chosen this exact moment to speak because your destiny is near. You are about to enter a breakthrough that has been waiting for years. But if this object remains, it will block your steps once more. Do not let sentiment chain you to suffering. Do not say, it's too small to matter. Because in the realm of the Spirit, even a small doorway is enough for darkness to enter. When I told Joshua to sanctify the camp before entering victory, I meant it. When my prophet Elijah burned the false altars, I meant it. When my son overturned the tables in the temple, I meant it. I am a God who desires purity because purity protects power. You cannot carry divine fire while holding cursed ashes. That is why this instruction comes, not to scare you, but to prepare you for glory. Soon after you obey, things will move fast. Opportunities that were closed will appear suddenly. Favor that felt delayed will overflow. You will feel renewed energy in prayer, and even the walls of your home will feel alive again. I will fill your rooms with peace that no storm can remove. But it begins with this step. I am not far from you, I am near, watching, waiting for your obedience. The object has brought difficulties, but my word will bring deliverance. And when you burn it, you are not losing anything, you are gaining freedom. My child, hear me clearly, when I ask you to remove that object from your house and burn it, it is not merely about cleaning your space, it is about reclaiming your destiny. You see, there are things in the physical world that act as legal agreements in the spiritual realm. The enemy has no power over you unless there is an agreement, a permission, a connection. And many times, those connections are hidden in things you keep close to you, in your home, in your room, in your drawer, or even under your bed. The enemy works through symbols, through objects that carry a dark assignment. He knows you are mine, so he cannot attack you openly. But he waits for an open door. He waits for an entry point. And when that object came into your house, whether as a gift, a purchase, or something you forgot to throw away, a doorway opened without your knowing. From that moment, heaviness began to dwell where joy once lived. Confusion began to replace clarity. Nightmares began to disturb your peace. And still, you did not see the connection, but I did. I watched as your joy slowly faded. I watched you pray, but your prayers felt blocked. I saw you wake up tired, even after resting. I saw relationships that once brought you happiness suddenly turn bitter and cold. You thought it was just life, but it was more than that. It was resistance from something that had been allowed to stay. You have asked me again and again, Lord, why does everything I touch seem to slip away? And now I reveal the answer, because what you allowed to stay is not of me. It carries energy that opposes my spirit. It repels blessing, it attracts delay. It fills your home with confusion. But I am not revealing this to shame you, I am revealing it to free you. Because I am a God who rescues, not condemns. The reason I am speaking to you today is because your time of freedom has come. The cycle must end now. The weight you've carried for too long must lift. You will no longer cry without understanding why. You will no longer lose what you worked for. You will no longer feel distant from me. When you obey my voice and burn that object, you are declaring war on every hidden enemy that has disguised itself in your peace. You are telling darkness, no more. You are reclaiming what belongs to you. Child, remember this, every object holds a memory, a spirit, or an intention behind it. That is why my word says, do not bring a detestable thing into your house, lest you become cursed like it. You may think it is a harmless decoration, but what was it created to represent? What energy was placed upon it when it was made? What hands shaped it? What words were spoken over it before it reached you? You see only the surface, but I see the spirit behind it. That is why I warn you now. The moment you obey, angels will move. Yes, angels will enter your home, not with visible wings, but with a presence so strong you will feel peace wash over you. Every room that felt heavy will suddenly feel bright. Every dark corner will feel alive again. Even your body will respond, your chest will feel lighter, your head clearer, your sleep deeper. Because when the source of darkness is removed, the light that was always within you can finally flow freely again. My beloved, do you remember how the Israelites carried idols from Egypt? They thought they could keep them as memories, but those idols carried curses that made them wander longer in the wilderness. That is what happens when my children try to hold on to what I have asked them to destroy. You delay your own breakthrough by protecting what is harming you. Some of you have kept things from your past that tie you to old pain, a letter from someone who betrayed you, a piece of jewelry that reminds you of heartbreak, a symbol from a faith that denied me, or an artifact that carries the image of another god. These things are not simply reminders, they are spiritual anchors. They keep you bound to what I already freed you from. I am calling you to be courageous. I know you may hesitate. You may say, but Lord, this object is valuable, or it holds memories, or it's a gift. Yet I tell you, if it is not blessed, it is burdened. If it does not bring you peace, it brings you pain. If it does not draw you closer to me, it is pulling you away. Let go of it. Do not give it away, for then the curse will move with it. Do not sell it, for then the darkness will spread to another. Burn it. Let the fire consume it completely. For when fire consumes what is cursed, it breaks the spiritual link. That is why I use fire, because fire does not just destroy, it purifies. Fire resets what was defiled. Fire ends what must never return. Do not worry about how others will see you. Do not explain your obedience to those who do not understand the language of the Spirit. Some will mock you, saying you are being dramatic or superstitious. But they did not see the nights you wept. They did not feel the heaviness in your chest. They did not live through the spiritual warfare that raged in your mind. You know what you have been through. You know how many times you almost gave up. And now that I am giving you the key, you will not let mockery stop your freedom. My child, your obedience will release a new wave of blessings. You will begin to see the supernatural speed of my favor. The job opportunity you thought was gone will return. The relationship that was strained will heal. The ideas that seemed blocked will flow again. Even your physical body will begin to recover. That mysterious pain, that constant fatigue, that sense of being drained, they will all leave, because the spiritual root will be cut off. I am the Lord your God, and I care not just about your spirit, but about your environment. I want your home to reflect my peace. I want your space to be holy ground, a place where my presence rests. That is why I come to you now. Not to condemn your possessions, but to cleanse your life from the invisible chains you cannot see. There is power in obedience. There is victory in trust. Do not question how or why this one act can change everything, just believe. Remember Naaman, who was told to wash in the river 7 times. It made no sense, but when he obeyed, the disease left him. Remember the widow who poured her last oil in faith, and I multiplied it. Remember Moses, who struck the rock when I told him, and water flowed. Your act of obedience, burning this object, is your miracle in motion. You will notice, my child, that the atmosphere in your home changes instantly after this act. The same rooms that felt heavy will become filled with calm. The air will feel lighter. You will sense peace returning where fear once lived. Even people who enter your home will notice. They will say, something feels different here. That difference is my presence. Because once the darkness is removed, I fill the space completely. And when you burn that object, I want you to speak. Do not stay silent. As the flames rise, speak with authority. In the name of the Lord, I break every curse attached to this. Every dark spirit, every chain of delay, every word of hatred spoken through this, it is broken now by fire. Your words carry power when spoken in faith. Angels respond to the sound of faith. Afterward, I want you to pray in your home. Walk from room to room, declaring, "The Lord reigns here." Open your windows, and let light come in. Let air flow again. That act will symbolize new life, new beginnings, new energy. I will fill that space with my presence, and what once felt like a prison will feel like heaven's peace. Do not fear the future, for this act is not the end, it is the beginning. Once the cursed object is gone, you will see how your life begins to align. Your prayers will feel stronger. Your mind will feel sharper. The confusion that once ruled your days will vanish. You will begin to hear my voice more clearly than ever before. I will begin to reveal things to you in dreams, in small signs, even through unexpected people. You will begin to recognize what belongs to me and what does not. Because this act will open your spiritual eyes. Once you have removed the object that was blocking your light, discernment will increase. You will no longer be easily deceived. Child, you will understand that not everything that enters your home is meant to stay. You will learn to bless your home regularly, to pray over new things before accepting them, and to keep my presence as the center of your dwelling. Because the home of a believer is sacred, it is your altar, your resting place, your fortress. You will even notice relationships changing. People who were never truly for you will distance themselves. This is not loss, it is divine protection. I am cleaning your circle just as I cleaned your space. Because some people carried the same energy as that object, they smiled at you but did not wish you well. And once you remove what was cursed, the ones who carried the same darkness will no longer feel comfortable near you. Do not chase them when they leave. I am protecting you from unseen harm. This word comes to you as both warning and promise. The warning: if you keep what I told you to destroy, you will keep fighting unnecessary battles. The promise: if you obey, I will release you into a season of peace, clarity, and restoration. My power will manifest in your obedience. The same fire that consumes the cursed will ignite new blessings. What the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. You will begin to see divine alignment, jobs, relationships, health, and finances falling into place. So, my beloved, do not delay. This word is timely. There is a reason you are hearing it now, not earlier, not later. Because the moment you obey, heaven will move on your behalf. And the longer you wait, the longer the enemy hides in plain sight. Tonight, pray before you sleep. Ask me to reveal what must go. I will show you. You may see it in a dream. You may suddenly remember something you had forgotten. You may feel a spiritual heaviness when you touch it. That will be my sign. And when I reveal it, act quickly. Do not second-guess what your spirit knows. Because I, the Lord your God, am not speaking of superstition or fear, I am speaking of truth. You are fighting a battle that can only be won through obedience. Remove this object from your house and burn it. For when you do, you will see how much lighter your soul becomes. My beloved child, I am not far from you, I am near, closer than the breath you draw. I am watching even now as you wrestle within yourself, asking, is this truly God speaking to me? Could this simple act really change so much? And I say to you, yes. For the act of obedience opens what the strongest effort cannot. You have fought many battles in your strength, but now I ask you to surrender and let me fight for you. When you obey my word, I step into your war. The enemy has whispered lies to you for too long. He has told you that your pain is permanent, that your struggles are random, that you are unlucky, but those are lies. He fears that you will discover the power hidden in obedience. Because once you obey, his power breaks completely. You will not need to fight in confusion anymore. You will walk in freedom. I have seen how your faith has been tested. There were nights you cried, "Lord, are you still with me?" and days you wondered if I still heard you. You have fought silently, holding pain inside your heart. Yet even in those moments, I was there. I saw your faith even when your hope felt small. That is why I am giving you this message, because you are about to enter the turning point of your life. Yes, there is an object in your space that carries weight it was never meant to carry. It has soaked up the energy of sorrow, betrayal, and fear. Every time you pass by it, your spirit tightens without reason. That is your inner being reacting to the darkness attached to it. But soon, my child, that will end. When you take that object and burn it, something will shift in the unseen. You will hear nothing but feel everything. It will be as if a silent storm leaves your life. The air will change. Your chest will open. You will breathe deeper than you have in months. Because that fire is not just fire, it is symbolic of my purging presence. And once it burns, the spiritual chains holding your atmosphere captive will shatter instantly. I will cleanse your home from the inside out. I will move through your walls, your furniture, your very air. The energy that once weighed heavy will lift like smoke. Even your pets, your children, your plants will respond, because creation always reacts to my presence. Where there was once chaos, peace will take root. And I tell you this, after you obey, strange things may happen. People who were never meant to be in your life may distance themselves. Suddenly, you will notice phone calls you no longer receive, conversations that end unexpectedly, connections that fade away. Do not panic. That is not rejection, it is divine alignment. I am removing people who carry the same energy as what you burned. Because light and darkness cannot share the same space. You will also notice unexpected blessings. Emails you had forgotten about will come through. Debts you feared would crush you will begin to dissolve. Opportunities will find you without your searching. It will seem sudden, but it is not, it is the harvest of obedience. For every act of faith releases unseen favor. My child, the enemy never wanted you to hear this message. He fought to keep you blind to the cause of your difficulties. But I, the Lord your God, will not allow darkness to have the final word. I will turn this warning into a testimony. The very object that once brought confusion will become the reason your faith becomes unshakable. You have wondered why prayers seemed unanswered. But your prayers were never ignored, they were waiting for this alignment. I could not bless a place that was defiled. But once that is removed, I will flood your life with what I have held in store. I will make up for lost time. The months you spent in confusion will be replaced with months of restoration. You will gain clarity faster than you lost it. What was delayed will accelerate. Listen to me. When you remove and burn that object, you are not just cleaning your space, you are closing a portal. You are saying to the spirit world, my home belongs to the Lord. And every demonic power that has hovered, every shadow that whispered, will flee. Because darkness cannot resist when I am declared Lord over a space. I will even touch the things you did not think could change: your sleep, your thoughts, your emotions. Nightmares will end. Anxiety will fade. The sense of being watched will vanish. Because I will fill your environment with light so pure that darkness will have no resting place. After you obey, I will also begin to reveal new things to you. You will begin to sense what is right for you and what is not. You will hear my whisper more clearly. I will guide you in decisions about work, love, health, and purpose. I will restore what confusion once stole. Because when your space is purified, your spirit can finally hear me without interference. My child, do not be afraid of what you will lose in this act. You will not lose, you will gain peace, clarity, joy, and strength. You will gain back your prayer life. You will gain back your sensitivity to my presence. You will gain back your destiny. What you burn will not compare to what I will give. I have seen how tired you are of cycles of starting and stopping, of progress and loss, of hope and disappointment. This is the reason, when an unclean object stays in your midst, it cycles the same energy. But now, when you obey, that cycle will break once and for all. Your life will begin to move forward, without the invisible weight that has kept you tied to the past. You will know freedom by its sound, the silence of peace, the laughter that feels easy, the mornings that do not begin with fear. That is what I am about to give you. That is what this message is leading you to. And hear me, the enemy will try one last time to distract you. He will make you second-guess this instruction. He will whisper, "It's not necessary. It's silly. It's just coincidence." But remember, he said the same in Eden. His weapon has always been doubt. Do not let his lies stop your deliverance. For every time you delay obedience, the enemy celebrates. But every time you obey instantly, heaven rejoices. When you take the object to burn, do it prayerfully. Do it with reverence. Do not play music, do not treat it casually. Make that moment sacred. Say aloud, "Lord, I dedicate my home and life back to you. Everything that does not belong to you leaves now." Speak it with authority. Your words create reality, for I have placed the power of life and death in your tongue. And after the fire, anoint your home with prayer. Walk through your rooms, open the windows, and say, "Peace of God, dwell here. Presence of God, reign here." That will be your sealing act. That is how you invite my spirit to occupy the space that was once polluted. And once my spirit fills your home, nothing unclean can return. You may even begin to hear peace. Yes, peace has a sound. It is the quiet hum of stillness, the warmth that wraps your heart, the sense of knowing you are not alone. That is me. That is my presence returning where it belongs. My child, you will tell this story one day. You will say, "There was something dark in my house, and when I obeyed God, my whole life changed." And others will believe because of your testimony. You will become a light to others trapped in confusion. You will teach them how obedience breaks bondage. And I will bless you for every soul your story helps set free. Because your deliverance is not just for you, it is generational. When you obey me now, you are breaking curses that tried to pass to your children, your bloodline, your future. You are planting seeds of protection for those who come after you. They will not fight what you fought. They will walk in peace because you decided to listen when I called. I am proud of you for hearing me, for staying until the end of this message. Many scrolled past it, but you remained, because your spirit recognized my voice. You felt something move inside you, something awaken, and that is how you know this word is for you. Do not delay your obedience. Do it now. Before this week ends, before this month closes, act. For I, the Lord your God, will meet you in that moment. You will not just burn an object, you will burn the bridge the enemy used to reach you. And when the smoke rises, know that heaven is watching. Know that angels are rejoicing. Know that I, your Father, am pleased. I will bless you beyond measure. You will feel my favor flow in places it has never flowed. You will see miracles where there were only losses. You will laugh where you once wept. You will wake up with renewed strength, because peace will have returned. And from that day forward, you will be careful about what you bring into your home. You will pray over every gift, every item, every invitation. You will become sensitive to spiritual things, and I will guide you with discernment. I will make you a guardian of peace. Wherever you go, my presence will follow. You will no longer walk with fear, for fear lives in the same house as darkness, but once light fills your home, fear has nowhere to hide. I am filling you even now with courage, with a holy fire that burns brighter than any shadow. And when you look back on this moment, you will realize, this was not just a warning, it was an awakening. It was my way of saying, I love you too much to let you stay bound. So hear me one last time, remove that object from your house and burn it. It is responsible for difficulties in your life. Do not treat it lightly. Do not delay. For in your obedience lies your deliverance, your healing, your restoration, and your blessing. And after you have done it, lift your hands and say, Thank you, Lord. The darkness is gone, and peace has come. And I, your God, will answer you in that very moment. You will feel me. You will know me. And you will never again doubt that I speak to my children when they need me most. My beloved child, peace be upon your home. Peace be upon your heart. Peace be upon your destiny. The season of difficulty is ending. The season of freedom has begun. I am with you, always.